So we'll go back and so once again ask if there's some, if the FTC comes hard down and totally changes the rules on cookies, what does that mean for the industry?
Listen, I think it's positive to be talking about protection of the consumer, positive to be educating the consumer. I think everyone differs as to how to go about doing it, what are the tactics used to do it, but I think everyone is on the same page as, without the consumer feeling this is a positive and a good benefit, no one wins. But it is considerable concern if websites, ad networks, publishers, etc., aren't able to collect information on their users to be able to reuse to monetize, because a lot of the industry is built upon that, and it's only increasing in terms of its importance to monetizing ad inventory.
So the comment from some, say on the agency side, that it's not that big of a deal, that they'll find other ways to get that data. What's your response to that?
I think the heart and soul isn't that the cookie is evil. I think the crux of the argument is that on the side of folks that are opposed to cookies is that the consumer hasn't been told explicitly and opted in to be able to be targeted based upon whether it's user pattern, behavior, etc. And so if cookies is one mean of getting that, I don't think there are other means of acquiring that information that would be kosher, so to speak, with regulators who are against cookies. So anyone who thinks that, well, there's many, many ways that technically gathering information without the use of a cookie, I don't think that's the heart of the issue. The heart of the issue is whether or not consumers have to explicitly consent to having information on them tracked, and whether you do it through a cookie or a deep packet inspection or at the DNS level, whatever the case might be, it's immaterial. They're all going to be looked at as violations of that practice.
Do you think one of the comments was that there hasn't been a lot of push? Obviously they're talking about the agencies. They were talking about the agencies this morning, but there hasn't been a lot of involvement by the bigger companies in sort of helping the FTC understand the ramifications of where they're going.
There definitely hasn't. I mean, I think if you look at a lobbying standpoint from the industry, it's too fractured. You have, ANA, 4As, IAB, MPA, Cable Advertising Bureau, Television Advertising Bureau. I know the IAB through, Randy Rothenberg has been trying to coalesce all the energy and effort around it, because with everything going digital, it's hugely important, and it's really important to the marketers. And so I know there's a lot of industry initiatives to get together on the lobbying front, but it really hasn't occurred, and that's one of the issues that I think we're facing with.
What do you think the chances of more of draconian, guidelines on cookies?
Again, I'm not an expert on policy matters, but I do think that in any meeting I've been involved in through lobbying efforts at, say, Fox or at AOL or with the IAB in terms of involvement on the board, when you do sit down and you walk through and explain the practical matter of the collection of non-PII or PII information, that generally speaking, middle grounds are relatively easily found, and then it's just about how you execute it. Do you do a much bigger announcement, a smaller announcement? But I think the practicality of opt-in is very draconian, and I'm not so sure that that's the standard that everyone's looking to adopt. I would say that's the extreme. As the other extreme might have been, deep packing inspection or whatever the case might be.